Houston, we have a problem. The only thing we can listen to is Two Guys, Two Things. Kill us now. And welcome to the show. Two Guys, Two Things.
A message from NASA. Huh?
That was from NASA.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we don't have a lot of listeners.
We don't.
But we do get a lot of guests.
We do.
And so I'm proud of us over this year, you know?
We've ventured into space.
Yeah, we've come a long way. We got astronauts listening to us.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I don't care if people on Earth don't listen.
Yeah, I mean, we start bigger and then get smaller.
Yeah.
We go for space first and then we come down
and then
into
try to get Sacramento.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
That's it.
Not tonight.
Not tonight. That's fine.
Hey, one week at a time, one day at a time, one
listener at a time.
One listener at a time, one astronaut at a time.
One Buzz Aldrin at a time.
This is the show where
is Neil Armstrong or Buzz Aldrin the more famous astronaut?
Ooh, listeners.
It's tough, huh?
I would probably say Neil Armstrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say Neil.
But I think Buzz Aldrin, that's a much cooler name.
But that's not his real name.
But that's who you would get in a bar fight with, is Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah.
And he also has been on shows. He was in 30 Rock.
Sure.
I remember as a guest spot. And it's just a cool name.
I get it.
It's a cool name. Okay, so this is the show. We're going to take two topics that are semi-trending in the news. Talk about each for 15 minutes. What we do here, since we already had our astronauts.
Right.
They already spoke for us. We are asking folks to maybe, if you listen to the show, and if you've never commented before, maybe leave a comment.
Yeah,
Like, hey, Chris's voice makes him sound fat. Could be a comment.
I heard that a few times.
Yeah.
I always say this to people.
Yeah.
I mean, don't even listen to it, man.
Yeah,
that's true. Just click that.
It's better when you don't listen.
Yeah, just click the like button, because I know what's going to happen when you listen. You're going to stop listening.
Oh.
So just don't listen.
Okay.
Click the like button. Nope.
We care about your health here.
Yeah.
And your sanity.
That's what it is. So we're just, it really helps us.
But I will say, look,
really
we do have one more listener that left a review, and an audio review. I'm gonna.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't. Okay. I think I know who this is.
Good. Here it comes. Hey everybody, it's me, Gilbert Godfrey. Just because I'm dead doesn't mean I can't talk about a show. I heard it from Jafar. I heard this show from Jafar. I gotta complain about it. How can they make fun of me? I just died. Affleck. Well, did you see how high the levels went?
Oh boy.
That was Gilbert
This
Godfrey.
is gonna be fun.
So, due respect.
Thank God we have like 25 listeners.
Well, but due respect to Gilbert Godfrey, who just passed away.
We love Gilbert Godfrey.
He would have loved a shout out like that. Gilbert, I mean, maybe not from us because he doesn't know us, but
not from us.
Gilbert Godfrey, the king.
Just a little show respect. I love him.
Of untimely jokes.
And inappropriate humor. Mm-hmm. And just funny as shit. And going for it. One of my favorite roasters of all time. The best. If you got, I'm not gonna do it, but just watch the Gilbert Godfrey's roast on the Bob Saget roast. It's I know.
It's a double duo on that
one. I know, and I'm not trying to be funny about that.
We've lost a lot of comics.
Norm Macdonald, Bob, and
it's a year's time.
But I wasn't trying to. I'm not even trying to be funny or like be morbid. His roasts on the Saget roast, it's so funny.
Wow,
so funny.
Anyway, but that's with all love and tribute, and it almost was a topic for tonight.
Almost.
Let's finish our game, and this is the game I saw Gilbert Godfrey play. With fellow comics. So this is we're gonna finish our game of Dick Slap.
Okay.
So I think it's your turn
to slap you.
To slap me because I'm a dick.
Or is the game slap your own dick?
No. There's no what? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? You're talking about. Applause. No, I am a dick.
Oh, okay.
We take turns slapping. No, it's nothing. That's obscene, Chris.
Oh, okay.
You think we would pull out our genitalia and slap that? Ow! You win. Or I give up. You win. All right.
It's like 9 in a row.
9 in a row. I can't believe it. You're on a record.
You'll get one of these.
I hope so. Okay, so I'm gonna put 15 minutes on the clock. But what do you have to talk about?
All right. So tonight, talking about baseball. Last night, Coach Alyssa Nakken becomes the first woman to coach on the field in Major League Baseball history.
Awesome.
So,
and she's with what team?
She's with the San Francisco Giants. Alyssa.
Wait. You mean a real baseball team?
A real baseball team.
A woman, you say?
Can you believe it?
Wow. After we just played a game of Dick Slap.
Well,
I feel really bad now.
I don't know how I feel about that. We're gonna move past it.
Okay.
So, Alyssa's been with the team since 2014. She was an intern, did a lot of front office jobs while she was interning, and then eventually became a coach. She was a
she served coffee.
Oof.
That is what interns do. Doesn't matter what your gender is.
Sure.
Honestly,
sure.
When you're an intern,
I get it.
You just give people coffee.
I get it.
So I hear the biz.
So started in 2014 with the team, interning. But again, eventually made her way. She is a coach, just hasn't been on field. But you said she works with defense and a few other things.
Base running.
And defense, yeah. So, but she actually was an elite player, first baseman for Sac State.
Dude, that's...
Yeah, she was a softball player at Sac State.
And I feel so stupid that
I know.
Don't...
We're here. We're in Sacramento.
We're in Sacramento.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, we're in Sacramento. So she played there, and then got her master's at San Francisco State.
That's so awesome.
And then worked for the Giants.
Dude, that's great.
So she's been around the game forever. Knows how to play the game. Like she's
Yeah, but like I told you, she's like 31 years old.
31 years old, and then in 2020, she did coach first base when the Giants played the A's, but it was in a Cactus League game.
That was a COVID year, so it doesn't count.
Right, and it wasn't a game in.
But so it was a spring training game.
Yeah, it wasn't an in-season game.
Right on.
So she wasn't. It wasn't the first time, but that's so. Last night, it stamped the first time a woman was on field coaching during a regular season game. So it's funny, like how it happened is because she didn't start the game as the first base coach. The first base coach got booted. That's a whole nother subject, is being investigated for possibly racially insensitive words spoken by the umpire. Okay. Possibly.
All right.
Yeah, so that's being investigated.
Wait. So the umpire said potentially racist things.
Yeah, racially insensitive.
The coach was
booted? Because the coach.
How does that make sense? Why wasn't the ump booted?
Well, here's the thing. So if we stop talking about Alyssa for 1 second, so the story I heard, there was a little argument at first. The umpire said something to the effect of, "Get that boy out of here."
To the coach,
referring to the first base coach.
Do we know what the coach did?
No. It was this, I think, an argument with a call. So get that boy out of here. Maybe he was referring to the player or whatever, but he was. But the first base coach stepped up and just what did you say? So if you watch the video, it's a very short encounter. The first base coach steps out and says, "What did you say?" And immediately, boom, ump tosses him. I didn't know if he just didn't want the argument. He thought he was going to say something bigger.
That's a very short leash for the ump there.
It was watch that video. Very short encounter, right? And boots him. So then Alyssa gets the call, puts on her jersey, puts on a helmet, goes out to first.
Okay.
So that interaction.
It's too bad it wasn't under a different circumstance.
Yes, it does.
Like she just was automatically, hey, today you're coaching first.
Right.
I mean, you got to go to the proper steps. It takes some
no.
do that.
Right. And so, but she has the chops, man. She's been coaching and been around the team and the game and the players for a long time now.
That's awesome.
So it's so funny because the first women coach to coach a professional men's team is Becky Hammond. And it almost was in the same scenario because Becky Hammond is an assistant coach, or was. I think she officially resigned, is looking to go to the other teams as of this year. But she was an assistant coach for the San Antonio Spurs, right, for the NBA.
Okay.
And there was one game, Greg Popovich, the head coach, got kicked out. So officially, Becky Hammond was coaching the San Antonio Spurs for the rest of that game.
Right on.
So it's kind of the same scenario where that coach gets booted, and then the Becky Hammond steps up and coaches the Spurs. So which is cool. So I guess for me, which I kind of like is, where is this going, right? So
well, hold on. And so then you brought this up, and so I'm going to bring it up too.
Oh, please.
That in the Yankees minor league team, the Tampa Tarpons.
Yeah.
Tarpons.
That's
an unfortunate name.
No.
I mean, that's there's like, you're waiting for that joke. Just get rid of the R.
So what I'm
make it an M.
How do you
it would be the tampons.
Yeah.
It would be the tampons.
So here's what
what is a tarpon?
The fucking second she fucks up,
tarpoon.
They're throwing tampons on the field.
Oh my god, that.
Why
I don't know what that even is. What is a tarpon?
Why does she have? Is that like some kind of animal? Why does
she? It's from Tampa. It's Florida.
Why does she have to fucking coach that team?
Anyway, but she is the full-time manager.
She did. It's not interim. It's not assistant.
Yeah.
She actually manages this team, which is super cool.
Super cool. So, and that was just this year for the Yankees minor A team.
And there's a lot of instances. Oh well, I say that lightly. A lot, right? Because
that's coming from a place of privilege.
Yeah. So the 49ers have a woman coach as well, and there's a few other instances. So here's the thing, though. So what I
okay a tarpon.
Okay. I knew it was a fucking fish.
It's a fish. Yeah, it's a fish.
Fucking knew it.
It's a fish.
Yeah, fucking.
It's a fish that wears a tampon though. It's kind of weird.
That's ironic.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So I'm trying to figure out how I should feel about this, right? Because because it's a big deal. I think women in sports in general, right? Because women playing sports usually gets its second banana, not watch as much, which is okay. That's kind of what it is, right?
Right.
So you kind of move to the next thing. It's like, well, that's not to say they can't play or they don't know the game. So why can't they coach more, right? Because I think it's a big deal to be represented, but it seems like lately, because there's more and more instances of women coaching men's teams, right, or being managing or assistant coaching. There's a big push of like women being coaches in men's leagues, right? So, it's almost weird to distinguish, right? It feels just like, hey, there's more women coaches, because as of right now, it's like women coach women. That's kind of like what it is.
Well, what would Cam Newton say?
So listen, well, Cam Newton apparently has a problem. Well, with women knowing sports, for one, that we can go back a couple years. There was a press conference where a woman reporter asked Cam Newton about some of the routes his wide receivers were running. So he proceeds to chuckle. Go, oh, sorry. It just makes me laugh when I hear a female, calls him a female. And I'm going to pause this story real quick. One of my least favorite things in the world is when men call women females. Because it's almost like dehumanizing to me. In my eyes, it's almost like dehumanizing them. It's like, oh yeah, it's a species. It's a female species. They're not people. They're not women. They're not. It's like, oh, it's just this species. It's so you see. So so when men call women females, I fucking hate it. I think it's the worst. So he laughs and goes, oh, sorry. It just makes me laugh when I hear females talking about routes. So, and
then she followed up with, "Oh yeah, I really want to try some of your Fig Newtons."
Yeah, oh God, dude. So this goes back. So you can do this with race and gender, right? When we talk about how come people of color don't do this as much. Well, it's like they're just not around. They don't have the skill, or they don't have the ability. But what it really comes down to is opportunity, right? Like,
look, there's a lot of women chefs.
Right.
because that's what they're good at. Boom.
Gotcha.
Burn. That's a female burn. No, as you're saying, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So I think it's the same story with race and gender, right? So they talk about how come there aren't more this race in this field or this gender in this field, and it's never the appropriate answer is never because they're not good enough or they don't know how, because it's been proven over time anybody's just as smart as anybody else, right? But it all comes down to opportunity.
Yes.
It's like, so why women are finally maybe becoming coaches, managing on the field in men's sports is because they as a young kid finally started having that opportunity. And why it hasn't happened before is because they just never were, like as a little girl, you weren't pushed to know football or get involved in sports on that level. So it's like, and it has again nothing to do with ability or the mental capacity to understand it, because it's fucking sports.
Right.
So it's like, it's good to see finally like some opportunity, because it always just starts snowballing, right?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Because I saw her do it, so now this 7-year-old really gets into baseball and strives to do whatever, play/coach.
So with my daughter playing softball, I come across she's on a team last year and then this year and then
right.
But most of the coaches for the girls teams are coached by men,
right?
Which is kind of crazy, even at a young age.
Yes.
It's still men for the most part coaching.
Jesse's
the girls.
dad coached her in softball when she was young. It's just like, because men know baseball or whatever.
I remember. So Sophie, when my daughter was playing baseball, she started with baseball. So I coached her for 2 years at a low level kid pitch. And then we moved up a level and COVID happened. But but I wanted to have a female coach on my staff.
Absolutely.
Because I only had 3 girls.
Absolutely.
So I wanted to see, you know. And I remember thinking wait a minute though. In all my years of playing baseball at Little League.
Yep.
I've never seen a female coach.
Not once.
And I haven't since either.
Yeah, not
and
once.
I'm like,
no.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's like they have the phrase systemic racism. It's almost like systemic sexism. You know what I mean? Where it's not outright saying you can't do it, but it's just like, but they just straight from a little kid to adulthood never were shown or moved in that direction. Right. So like, this is kind of, maybe you'll like this. It's just, you know what I mean?
So funny story though. So we had to do tryouts for baseball, and so my coach's kid was trying out. And he wasn't the strongest, and neither was my kid either. But we were with the coach, so they're going to automatic on our team, of course. That'd be so funny.
Sorry.
I'd be like, hey, you didn't do so good. You're going to a different team.
You didn't make the trials. I'm not choosing you this year.
You ain't on Dad's team.
It'd be so funny you just didn't choose her. Like, sorry.
I know, sorry.
Not for me.
But they weren't the strongest and whatever. But they're our kids and they're on our team, of course, right? But I remember one of the leaders of the Little League, one of the head honchos guys, didn't know that she was coaching with me, and so he's like, "Oh, hey, I can get your son on my team. Don't worry, no, I can work with him. It's fine."
Yeah.
And then when he found out that she was coaching, he's like, "Oh,
no,
that's cool. My sister did that once."
Oh God, it's the place for women in sports, man. It's come a long way for sure. But man, oh man, it needs to grow, because it's not that women can't be athletic. It's just they are never shown that path. You know what I mean? It's like that's not what we're ushered towards. You know what I mean? It's like a little boy, you play soccer, you play Little League, you play whatever.
No, this is the sea change.
It's just what you do. Hopefully it is, because it's like just what you do. And by the way, I played sports my whole life. I'm not the greatest. But I've sure in the hell seen a lot of very unathletic little boys play baseball and soccer when they probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, well, I've been allowed to coach when I probably shouldn't have. Right,
and so automatically you think, because it's a little girl, they probably won't like it. They probably can't do it, and it's 22, right? And we're getting
But this is cool. This is very exciting. So cool.
No, it's good for her, man. Yeah.
Also, by the way, they have the whole, you said the city uniform.
Yes.
So it looks I don't love the uniform of the Giants here.
I do like the orange.
It's an orange. It reminds me like they're like part of the construction worker YMCA or something.
Too orange for you?
People. I don't know. Well, they got the Golden Gate Bridge on it.
But yeah, it is a brighter orange than the Giants' normal orange, right? But
so that's very sweet. How long until we see a female head coach?
Right.
In sorry, I use female, but a woman head coach. For baseball.
Well,
can we next in the 10 years?
10. Possibly 10. I mean, obviously, it's a good first step that it's is it a double A team for the
single A?
Single A, okay. So we have a single A manager. So we're there, right? We're 3 steps away, right? 3 steps away. So I think 10-year, a full-on head manager. Nah, 10 years is close. I would, if I were to bet, I would say over 10 years, but not by much. But not by much. No.
Okay.
10 to 15.
I don't know. This is super cool. So exciting.
Yeah, because it's gonna happen. Because Becky Hammond is already straight up coaching an NBA team, right? Like at the NBA level, right? So which NBA is usually a little more progressive, right? So what I'm afraid of, like for football. Because that's way farther back in the past than like say basketball, because it's like it's hurting and manly. So that's going to be a while.
Football will be the last of the sports because they're still dealing with domestic abuse.
Yes, exactly.
Like yearly, it seems like.
And fucking knuckleheads like Cam Newton saying, I like my women to cook well and know when to keep quiet. So, yeah. Okay. But baseball, it doesn't have that kind of thing, but it's a good old boys sport.
Sure, of course.
So it's going to take a little bit, but the fact that she's on the field coaching.
Oh, it's awesome.
So it's already there.
I love it.
Yeah, so it's there. Yeah,
I love it. Okay, here we go. My story. I'm gonna put the 15 minutes on right now. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Here we go. So this is a thing. It's going to be happening.
Okay.
When April 24th, Sunday, April 24th, 7 p.m. on Hulu, streaming live.
Oh,
I don't know if that's Eastern time or Western time or maybe it's Chinese time. It doesn't really matter. It's going to be on Hulu.
Is that a time? Chinese time?
I don't know what they have in China.
Yeah.
They probably have a couple of different time zones.
It's a very big country.
I don't know. Okay, but name me another time zone.
But definitely don't call
outside of the United States. Name me another time zone that you know.
Eastern Standard, Mountain Time.
Pacific, outside the United States. That's the United States.
NPT.
England time. I would say England time. Yeah. I would say India time.
You should have picked one of those.
I guess I should have.
Chinese time?
Well, whatever. There's probably like 5 different time zones. It's a very big
probably.
Country. Russian
we have
time.
3. Yeah, say Russian time.
Yeah, we can shit on the Russians, right?
It's a Russian time. That's what they say when they.
You gotta hurry.
That's what they say when they go into Ukraine. Dun, da, 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 it's a Russian time.
No.
No.
You called me out for something that you thought was gonna be bad, and then you kind of went worse. I think you went worse.
It's okay.
You know who would love this?
Oh wait.
Gilbert Godfrey. Okay.
No boy.
So, but what's happening here? April 24th, Sunday. You can watch it on Hulu.
Okay.
It is 2 cousins, Luke Akins and Andy Farrington, are aiming to make history next month, or I guess in a couple weeks, when they attempt a death-defying feat thousands of feet off of the ground. They're pilots.
Okay, and they're doing this live event.
Yeah. Got it. What they're gonna do? They have their Cessnas.
Okay.
And Cessna's 182.
That's a plane.
Single-seat aircraft.
Okay.
To be specific.
They're poor people. They're single-seat aircraft. They don't have a lot of money.
What can they do?
Jeez.
But what they're going to attempt, this is going to take place in Arizona. They're going to try to switch their planes mid-air.
Oh, God.
Okay.
And this is live?
It's going to be live on Hulu.
Oh, God. So if they fuck up, they fuck up.
Yeah.
I don't like this live aspect.
Oh, I know, right? So they're going to the planes will be completely empty and facing the ground when they attempt the daring switch.
Oh no!
It's going to air during a 3-hour live stream event.
Well, I have a problem with that. How long does it take to fly a plane and jump to another one? What are they doing for 3 hours?
I don't know if it's them for 3 hours. It might be other events going on for 3 hours.
That's a boring show.
That or it's just going to be them like playing a game.
They're just in the green room crying, like trying to get.
Why are we doing this?
Why? I don't want to. You fucking signed a contract.
So this is funny. This is put on by Red Bull. They are Red Bull athletes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This seems like a Red Bull thing.
The extreme, yeah.
To the extreme.
Why not? Yeah.
Right. Like, what would be like the, T athletes? Like Lipton. Lipton, it'd probably be
a
like...
brisk walk.
Yeah, brisk walk.
Around the block.
Yeah.
Not even on a track. It's just around the block with some nice shade trees.
And you're probably like 65.
Yeah, good, a lot of shade trees.
Maybe maybe a dog with you.
Has to be a golden.
A golden.
Yeah.
I could.
Lipton would sponsor that.
I could see like a collie maybe
or Lipton would sponsor a live catnap.
Ooh, a live catnap.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
Yeah,
cute.
Your dad's catnap.
Yeah,
and it's like you walk in, hi, Daddy. He's watching golf on the TV.
Do you remember when Lipton? This is like late '90s or early 2000s. They tried to do Lipton Brisk.
Oh yeah.
They tried to get like all like in your face.
Yeah.
Lipton Brisk, baby.
Extreme.
Like like you can make iced tea.
Intense iced tea, and like the logo is different and
Lipton Brisk,
more extreme and shit. Yeah. Just sometimes like stay in your lane, right?
This ain't your daddy's tea.
Yeah, if you're good at something, just fucking be good at something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so they're gonna do this thing. So they are going to jump out of their planes. So they're gonna
Jesus Christ.
Go up to 14,000 feet.
Oh my God.
And then they're gonna put them into a vertical nosedive.
Oh. God.
Jump out with the goal of skydiving into each other's planes.
And then are they gonna fly it?
And then die.
Yeah. Holy shit. So obviously there has to be some delay, right? Because I know they're gonna practice it and it's probably gonna go off fine. But for the instance that it doesn't, you imagine there has to be some kind of delay, right? Like it's live, but
I know,
but they can hit that button.
I hope so.
I mean, they're doing a good job because even if people reading about this are gonna go, well, fuck. I mean, I gotta watch it. You know what I mean? Like it's that. Like
we do love that.
Yeah. We should do like a live stream of this and we can talk about it as it's going on.
Yeah, they can go bad so quickly.
I know.
So because they're going to stop the plane's engines and aim them toward the ground as they complete the stunt.
Sure.
A custom air brake with the ability to hold the planes in a controlled descent terminal velocity speed of 140 miles per hour.
Right.
Will also be utilized to complete the trick.
So I get it because they know exactly what speed it's going and where they need to jump to make it.
Right.
So there's no trickery there. Like it's not going to just fall off a little faster than they think.
Right. They'll practice. And how do you practice?
I know. It is interesting.
You have like a giant trampoline on the ground.
Yeah, like it is interesting. Like how to even replicate this without actually getting in the plane.
Yeah. Right. And then they'll get back into the planes, turn them around, and just pilot them.
Get back into the planes and die.
So, get on now. So Akins, he's an experienced skydiver. He's completed more than 21,000 jumps throughout his career. His cousin has completed 27,000.
All right. So a little better.
This is like a culmination.
Yep,
we can go with that instead of his career.
Sure.
This is what
I fucking was born for. I practiced my whole life.
Yep.
For this moment.
This is it.
He did it. That's why he's doing this.
Yes. And then he's like the ultimate
man.
plane stunt. So.
Yeah.
You watching?
I mean, that's what I said. They kind of did a good job. Like I feel like I kind of. Here's why. That's why I said. That's why I said a little earlier why I have the problem. It's like I don't like that it's 3 hours because they're gonna tell like heartwarming family stories and personal pieces about them. I was like, I don't care about that. If I'm being honest. I just kind of want to see the stunt.
Right.
But then that's, not good TV. But I don't want to watch for 3 fucking hours.
Sure.
I'll tell you that much. So
it's kind of like if you watch the Kentucky Derby.
Right.
It's an all-day event. Lasts 2 minutes.
It's an all-day event.
Yes.
Yeah. So
look at the hat that Miss Sotheby is wearing.
Feel like
look at the brisk tea they're drinking.
That'd be funny if they did that. They did a fashion thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I have to. I'll probably tune in towards the end of it. Probably. But,
sure.
But I feel like I gotta see it. And they do. it's gonna go off fine. So it's gonna be like very non-eventful. Because even if if they do it, right? If they make it, which they probably will. I won't really care. I won't be that impressed. I'll just be like, yeah, I mean, they did what they wanted to do.
Okay.
Now, if they fall and miss, that's why I watch, and that's why they're doing it. It's perfect. It's perfect. So I'll watch towards the end. What are you doing? Are you gonna waste a Sunday and watch?
I'm spending no time watching this.
Zero. You just want to know at the end.
I know. I don't even want to know. It's horrifying to me. I don't know why we have to go to more extreme to this entertainment, but this is funny too. He says that Akins says of the stunt, I call it more calculated than crazy.
Sure.
I don't know if I agree with that. Yeah. I mean, look, a lot of planning.
Yeah, and they wouldn't do it if they didn't feel confident that they could, right?
He says, we work really hard to make sure that everything's going to be okay.
Right.
We don't flip a coin and fingers crossed and hope it all works out.
Right.
We mitigate the risk down to something that's acceptable and what's acceptable to me.
Right. And I get it. I mean, you know what I mean? I get it.
I get it, but you got it. Look, and so I pulled this up now, right? Okay, so now I'm looking at our country. Our country has always, I think just humanity, we have this thing about stunts, right? So I pulled this thing up. This is some historic American daredevils, okay? So we're going to go here first right away.
The original.
With Sam Patch.
That is not the original.
Well, I think he was the original. He's pretty old. Sam Patch was the Jersey Jumper.
Jersey Jumper.
He was often called America's first daredevil.
Okay.
So he made his name in the early 1800s by leaping from dizzying heights into rivers and waterfalls. His first famous leap was over the Passaic Falls in 1827 in New Jersey, which earned him the name the Jersey Jumper.
It's a catchy name.
It's a catchy name.
Yeah.
He almost became Jersey Mike's was almost called Jersey Famous.
Oh man, if Jersey Mike's was the Jersey Jumpers,
the Jersey Jumpers,
I would 100% eat those sandwiches.
You know what? That would be a good team name. That's better than the Tarpons.
Oh my god, dude, the Jersey Jumpers.
Jersey Jumpers.
I want that hat.
I feel like it's a good fashion statement too.
What if it's a dude just jumping out of a building? That's a logo. Wow.
to their death.
With God. Like the most famous building in Jersey.
Oh my God.
Oh Jesus.
He did a 90-foot leap from a ship's mast into the Hudson River at Hoboken, and then he also jumped into Niagara Falls. However, in 1829, he attempted a 125-foot plunge from a scaffold over the Genesee River at Rochester, New York.
Yeah.
He hit the water with a noise that might be heard half a mile, according to an eyewitness. And then his body was not recovered until the spring. This was in November. It wasn't found until March. He hit the water and...
didn't find him.
For like 6 months.
Whoa.
So that's what then here's this other one.
See, I will say, man, if this airplane stunt ends up like that, I'm watching.
But you don't know.
That's why you watch.
Okay, that's why you watch. So then there's the story of Annie Edson Taylor, who went over Niagara Falls in a barrel.
Oh, sure. Yep, famous. Yep.
She was 63 at the time.
Yeah, man.
And she was fine. She just had a little concussion. But this is the horrible thing, which I didn't know about the story.
All she had was what? Is that true?
Yeah, she had a little wound on her head and a concussion and some bruises. Okay? But she said that the motivation was she wanted to raise money to support her mother. And a promoter promised that he'd get businesses to give money for
to donate and whatever.
Right. And whether she survived or not. Don't worry, your mom's going to be taken care of. We'll help you. Anyway, she survived.
Oh, God.
There was no money. The promoter, took off with the barrel and sold it to a Chicago department store. And so she ended up just she made no money off of this death. She was told, if you live or die, we'll take care of you, and then just ran away with it.
What in the...
Harry Houdini.
Sure, of course.
Who did tons of crazy stunts. But you know how he actually died?
Yeah, he got hit in the stomach.
Well, very good.
Yeah.
Well, that's a theory. Because he had appendicitis.
Well, right.
But I think it could have been caused from the punishment.
Yeah. Because I used to want to be a magician.
We can talk about that. Bessie Coleman.
Wait, real quick. I think I've told this story.
Okay.
So when I was a little kid, I used to watch the Monkees, the show.
Oh, you've shared that a lot.
Yeah, but from on here.
Yeah, this is like your third time mentioning the Monkees on the podcast.
No, but the story about the Monkees.
Not knowing that it was taking place back when it took place.
No, but I didn't know. I thought it was.
I know.
I thought it was live.
Yes,
but it was obviously before my time in the 80s.
Yes.
But they kept saying these are musicians.
And you
and the whole time I would watch their show waiting for them to do magic. And they just kept singing songs.
I'm waiting for the magic.
They never did one goddamn magic trick.
Chris, the music was the magic.
Yeah. So
the music was the magic.
Like, oh, musicians, not magicians.
Oh my god.
I was waiting the whole time for the band The Monkees to do magic.
So then your favorite Beatles album is probably The Magical Mystery Tour.
Right. Yeah.
Because they are magicians in the movie.
So I was young, but I should have known the difference between musician and magicians. The magicians, the Monkees, not one fucking magic trick.
Hey, we're the magicians.
Yeah.
We eat at Jersey Jumpers. Okay.
So horrible. Anyway.
So Bessie Coleman, she was a black pilot, African American pilot, back in the 1920s.
Yeah.
Super cool. And she would do walking on the wings.
Sure.
Did but she also came to a death-defying thing when she did an air show. She tried a new plane out the day before when a wrench got caught in the controls and sent into a tailspin.
What do you mean got caught? So that means it was already there.
Well, that sounds suspicious.
When you're flying, it's not just going to get caught.
Well, a mechanic was working and something happened.
It's just going to already be there.
That does seem suspicious.
Yeah, it's fucking dirty play, man.
It does seem dirty.
Dirty play.
But she was ejected from a cockpit, but she fell to her death.
Without a parachute?
Yeah.
Jeez.
However, she was honored with a stamp.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
in 1995.
Thanks, America. I'm on a fucking stamp.
Yeah.
Some fucking mechanic hijacked my plane and murdered me.
My time's out, so I'm gonna go quick. Clem Sohn, who was the original Birdman back in the 1930s.
Oh god. Okay.
He would leap from planes at 15,000 feet or more, wearing a homemade suit consisting of metal rods and canvas sails.
Nope. He thinks he's fucking Batman.
Which gave him wings.
No.
He said.
What he said. Hey, don't worry about it. It gives me wings. Back to Red Bull.
He would soar and twist like a bird, landing. He'd glide 4 or 5 miles before opening a set of parachutes with like only 1,000 feet left before he hit the ground.
Wow.
He did this for a while until in Paris in 1937, both of his parachutes failed to open at 1,000 feet.
Oh no.
He dropped like a stone before 40,000 horrified spectators.
Oh god.
And was crushed.
Oh, see,
at the age of 26.
Again, this is why you watch this Hulu special, just in case this kind of stuff happens.
So, the other two guys, they lived. Bud Ecken, who was a Hollywood stuntman, did stuff for Steve McQueen.
Right.
And then this guy, Joseph Kittinger, who dove from the edge of the atmosphere. He wore a suit.
Oh, I remember this guy.
That weighed as much as he did.
I remember this guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember this guy.
So these people survived, but a lot of these guys did not, and so I'm begging these cousins
to fucking get it right.
Reconsider.
Maybe just don't do it.
Just go for a brisk walk.
Yeah.
Around the park with the Golden.
Do a brisk iced tea walk.
Yeah.
Take a cat nap.
All right.
Just be cool. Hey, real quick, before we go, things we learned. I also want to give some stats that are super funny about what male fans think about female coaches.
Oh.
Nothing's that bad, right?
Okay.
But 70% of NBA and NFL fans would have been more supportive of female coach if their favorite player supported her.
Oh.
That's kind of cool. But if Tom Brady doesn't like her, 70% of people said if their favorite player supported her,
hold on,
they'd be more inclined.
Devil's advocate, would they say the same thing about any coach?
They didn't ask that, but yeah, good question.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Okay. So this one is only 15%, but it's 15.
If she'd have sex with me.
Yeah, right.
If she'd have sex with me, then I like her.
15% of NBA and NFL fans believe that the major teams coached by women would be less successful than those coached by men. 15%. So,
okay.
I thought that would be higher, maybe, right? 15.
Okay.
So 85%. Like, yeah, this is the same.
Yeah.
The last one is funny. 1 in 4, so 25%. 1 in 4 people, and NBA and NFL fans believed that male athletes would feel emasculated by female coaches. 1 in 4 people said that they would feel emasculated.
And one of them was Cam Newton.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I feel like we gotta fucking get a new definition of emasculated, man. That I mean, Jesus, that really, a woman's helping you out playing your sport, so you feel like less of a man.
So what's gonna happen sooner?
Okay.
Woman coach, or
Any
a
sport?
woman president?
Yeah. A head coach of a major league team.
Yep.
Woman president.
Never over my dead body.
Yeah.
Unless you'd have sex with me.
It's gonna be. That's fair.
Thank you.
That's gonna be close, but yeah. I don't know. Isn't that weird? It is so fucking weird.
It is weird though too.
We've had a president since fucking 1776, and not one goddamn one of them is a female.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
I know, but though I do think that is unfortunately true. Is that a lot of guys are thinking?
Oh,
if
absolutely.
they'd have sex with them.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of those guys, the presidents, they're not that. I don't think a lot of women are like, oh man, if only Ronald Reagan would just touch me.
There's literally like
if only Ronald Reagan
2 presidents.
could be in those bed sheets
It's
with
like
me.
JFK and Obama. They're like, okay,
Yeah.
they're a cool dude.
I'm even as cool as George Washington might have been.
Sure.
You're not thinking, man,
Yeah.
in the sack.
I was like, oh
That
man,
guy?
you'd be so cool if you didn't own slaves.
I could polish those teeth.
Yeah.
Those wooden teeth.
Yeah.
Mm.
No matter what. But
I could chop that cherry tree.
yeah, not a lot of good-looking presidents in our time.
That's true. There wasn't.
No.
Okay.
Not a lot of them.
All right. Do we need?
That's what I learned. I don't know.
Your takeaway is
men need to get over it.
Men need to get over it. Yeah.
Get over it.
They do.
Like, relax.
I get it. So my takeaway is I would like some of these men that are having a hard time maybe with women entering Major League Sports to try some death-defying stunts.
See what happens.
And I mean, hell, this 63-year-old woman went over the freaking Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
You try it.
Yeah.
How about that? Let's just go with that.
If you can do that, then you can talk.
Then good. All right.
Yeah. Perspective, people. Perspective.
Boom. All right. Thank you for listening to Guys Two Things. And let's just... Gilbert Godfrey. God rest in peace.
Oh, man.
I hope that you get to open up somewhere and offend many people in heaven or wherever you may be.
Yeah, there's no heaven, but...
Yeah. Fine. I gotta go, everybody. That's not even Gilbert Godfrey. That was just me.
That was just you.
Yeah, because that was a really bad Gilbert Godfrey.
That's all right. We'll say that was you.
Thank you for listening.